guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to talk to you about like my favorite go-to perfumes. I actually don't want to use the word favorite, but I would rather say that these are like my most worn fragrances. These are the fragrances that I have reached out for the most the past 4 months. And yeah, I have some stories to share with you. And obviously, I'm going to share with you these perfumes and tell you how I've been using them, when I've been using them, what occasions I've been wearing them to or rather for. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. In case you love perfume related videos and you love watching people talk about perfumes, then this is the perfect video that you've clicked on. So please keep on watching. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe because it would mean the absolute world to me. But now let's jump right into it and let's talk about some of my most worn perfumes. So I have 6 in total to talk about. I wanted to keep it like a top 5, but then I didn't know which one to like remove. So that's the reason it's just gonna be a top 6. And 3 out of these 6 are actually perfumes that I tend to wear when I'm either running errands or when I'm going for like a jog or a walk in the evenings. So let's talk about them first. So this one is actually one that I surprisingly didn't think I would like for an occasion like that. I mean, for running errands, it can be okay. It's actually a body mist, and it's one of the only body mists that I have in my perfume collection. Most of the other ones that I ended up decluttering them because body mists don't really last very long. And this is actually one that I had decluttered, but then my mom was wearing it one day, and when I smelled it, I was like, this smells really amazing. And then I just took it back from her because I was like, this smells really good, and it probably doesn't last very long, but it's something I can definitely wear when I'm running errands. And sometimes I also wear it when I'm like going for a walk or something like that. This is the Avon Sheer Passion, like the range is called Sheer Passion, and the name of the body mist is truly mesmerizing. The notes in this are grapefruit, apple blossom, and musk. I don't really smell the musk much. It's definitely a very like sweet, yet it's got like a touch of freshness to it, which I think that's the reason why I like wearing this when I do go for a workout or like a jog or something like that. But yeah, this is one again because it doesn't last very long, and I feel like typically when I'm going for a walk, like I will leave at 5 p.m. and then come back by 6 p.m. So it's like a 1 hour window. And I feel like even after I come back, I can still smell this. So it's something that if you are just going out for a couple of hours, like 2 or 3 hours, then I feel like this will last that long for you. And it's pretty good. Again, you can see I have used a good amount of it. I want to say half, but I think it's a little less than half because the bottle is shaped like this, so there is more product towards the bottom. So yeah, I feel like I've used like maybe 30 to 40% of this, and it's something that I will probably definitely use up before 2021 ends. So yeah, that was my first running errands perfume. The next perfume that I'm going to talk about is one that I've spoken about a couple of times, and this is probably the one that has the most wear and use. Yeah, it's more than 50%, and this is like my most used and most worn perfume in my whole collection. This is the Body Shop White Mask. It's LEAU, so I don't know what the full form of that one is, but this one I would say it lasts for I've spoken about this in the past. I think it lasts for like 4 to 5 hours, which is again pretty good. But the reason I use this as my like workout perfume or workout scent is because it's a very fresh green kind of a perfume, and that's not something that I like to use on a daily basis. And I also feel like on a daily basis I don't want to smell like this. I want to smell a little bit more sweet. So yeah, that's the reason this one is what I tend to keep for like my workout wear, and I feel like I smell very fresh and very nice when I'm wearing this. I like to get whiffs of it throughout when I'm wearing it, but I don't like to smell like this all the time. That's why it's not something I would consider as my signature scent or as my everyday scent. But yeah, again, it's one that I feel like when I first started wearing, or like when I don't wear it that often, I feel like when I go back to it, I really like to smell like this, but I don't like to smell like this all the time. So I will be definitely using up the whole thing, but I will probably not repurchase it. I would say that before you buy this, because it is a little bit more expensive and it's not that long lasting as well. It's 2,245 rupees for a 100 ml bottle. So I would say that smell it a couple of times and get used to it before you decide if you want to buy it or not, because a similar thing might happen to you where, you know, when you smell it you feel like you like it, but then when you're wearing it all the time you realize you don't like it as much as you thought you would. Like, that is definitely what happened to me. But it's been a while since I've smelled this, because I've basically been at home for a long time. I haven't been even going for working out or jogging or stuff like that. So since it's been a while that I've smelled it, I feel like I like it now. But if I smell this every single day, I will get bored of it. So that's how I feel about this. But yeah, it's one of my like most worn scents. So I had to mention it in this video. But yeah, that was that. Moving on next to I feel like if I had to buy a perfume constantly all the time just for working out, then this is the one that I would choose to constantly repurchase and buy, and that is the Adidas For Women Pure Lightness EDT. Now this one I mentioned in my signature scents video as well, because I think that this is a great signature scent for someone who wants to smell good but doesn't want to like smell necessarily musky or sweet or you know, like a certain way. I feel like when you wear this you will smell good, but you will not smell very distinct, if that makes sense. This one smells fresh, a little bit fruity, and but mostly I would say fresh. This one is okay, yeah. This one is one that again lasts for, I would say, 3 to 4 hours, not super duper long. So if you are someone who this is going to be your signature scent, it's something you're going to have to carry with you on the go, and like, you know, continuously reapply and continuously what do you say, yeah, reapply. I don't know why I lost my words there, but yeah, this is something you're going to have to constantly put on every few hours, whereas the scent is just going to fade away and you're not going to be able to smell it anymore. But because it's so affordable, this was under 500, I'm pretty sure it was like 450 or something like that, and you get 50 ml of product. So I feel like because the packaging is so handy, it's something that you can have in your bag, you can constantly have it on the go, so that's not really a big problem. And it's great for someone who's on a budget, who doesn't want to spend a lot of money. And typically I feel like this is the perfect kind of fresh scent, because fresh scents typically don't tend to last very long, and if they don't tend to last very long, I don't know why you would spend a lot of money on it. At least that's how I personally feel. You can totally have a different opinion about it. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, again, a great scent. I definitely think that you should go to a store. I bought this from Pantaloons. So if you have a Pantaloons store near you and they do carry perfumes, definitely go to the Adidas counter and smell this one and check it out. So that was that. Those were all my fresh scents. Now we can move on to the other scents that I've been really loving and really enjoying. The first one that I have to talk about is one that, out of all my other perfumes, like apart from Fresh, the other perfumes that I've been wearing the most, this is the one that you will see the most use on, and this is also one of the perfumes that I added in very recently into my collection as compared to the others. Like even the Adidas one I added in recently to my collection, but that one you don't see a lot of use on. This one you can see a lot of use on. I'm going to give you like a closer look, and you can see I've almost used up half of the bottle, which is actually very, very surprising. So let me tell you what the story behind this is. This is obviously Black Opium by YSL, and this is the EDT version that I got. And it's the 50 ml bottle, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's the 50 ml bottle. So the reason why I have used almost 25 ml of this is because when I first got it and I was trying and testing it out, I noticed that when I sprayed on my skin, it definitely smelled like sexy, like what most people describe it, but it smelled a little bit smoky as well. Like there was a like tinge of smokiness or like muskiness to it, which I was not the biggest fan of, and I feel like mixed with my body chemistry, it did not really smell the best. And then I was watching a video, I don't remember by who it was, but they were talking about how when you spray perfumes on your clothes, they last a lot longer as compared to when you spray them on your skin. So I decided to smell these not smell these, spray these on my clothes, and that's how I started wearing YSL Black Opium. And I feel like on my clothes it smells a lot better, but when I spray it on my skin, I get that smoky tinge, which I'm not a very big fan of. So ever since then, what I've been doing is I've been spraying this on my clothes all the time, and that's how I've used majority of it up. That being said, personally, I would say that this is not something that I see myself repurchasing after I use up the whole bottle, because I actually found a perfume which basically smells the same to me. So like I was at the mall and I smelled this perfume and I was like, this one reminds me so much of YSL Black Opium. And surprisingly, actually, when I was smelling this perfume, I was with a friend of mine who was also with me when I bought YSL Black Opium. That's my best friend actually, who you've seen a couple of times. So when I was buying YSL Black Opium, she was also with me, and when I was smelling this other perfume, she was also with me. So I was like, is this in my head, or like is this true? So when I gave her the paper strip that had that perfume on it, and she smelled it, and she was like, yeah, you're right, this smells exactly like YSL Black Opium. So I was like, yes, I'm not, like, this is not something I'm just imagining, this is actually true. So I actually see myself repurchasing that dupe fragrance, or rather that alternative, which I feel like smells very similar to YSL Black Opium, instead of buying YSL Black Opium again. And I feel like that perfume on my skin might not have the smoky hint that this one has. So I feel like that is just a better version of YSL Black Opium for me. So I do see myself repurchasing that once I do run out of this, probably because I didn't want to like already buy it and have two fragrances that smell very similar in my collection. But yes, I will be buying that probably in the next couple of months once I run out of this, and then I will definitely share with you what that fragrance is. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that was my story that I had to share with YSL Black Opium, and also share with you how I've been wearing Black Opium and how I've used up so much of it. Anyways, moving on next. This one is Avon Attraction, another one of my perfumes that I really love and really enjoy. I've had this for a very, very long time in my collection, but for some reason I've never used it really that much. But then I remember going through my collection sometime in the end of Jan, beginning of Feb, and I wore it once. Actually, if you guys remember, I've shared this story maybe last month or so, that my friend was getting married, a very close friend of mine, and all of us, the bridesmaids, were actually planning like a couple of surprises for her. We also like choreographed this dance performance that we performed at her haldi slash like sangeet function. And when we were doing all those preparations, I remember wearing this to my friend's house, at whose house we were like planning and like creating the choreography. I don't know what the right term for it is, but I remember wearing this just on a whim as it is. And I remember getting compliments from pretty much all of the bridesmaids, like when they were hugging me, like when we went to like when I went to her house, and we were greeting each other and hugging each other. A couple of them gave me the same compliment. They were like, this smells really, really good, like what perfume are you wearing? And basically how I would describe this perfume is, it's a chic, slightly sweet, something that you can wear if you're going out with friends, if you are going even on a date. I would say if it's a day date instead of a night date, then I would definitely recommend that you wear something like this. I don't really remember what the notes are, but I will definitely find it and maybe leave it on the screen or in the description box for you to get a better idea, because I feel like that is how I can just describe the scent. It's something that you can wear on an everyday basis to like work and stuff if you want to, but I would say this is something that you should save for like Sunday brunches, or if you're going out with your friends, if it's a day date, something like that. Even if you're going to the mall for shopping and you know you're going to visit a couple of stores and come in contact with a lot of people, which I know at a time like this you should probably not, but keeping like COVID aside, I feel like that is the kind of occasions that I would personally wear this perfume for. And I feel like now that I have this fragrance associated with my friend's wedding, I feel like every single time I go out with friends, this is something that I would personally tend to reach for. Again, like you can see, I haven't used a lot, but considering the fact that I have a lot of perfumes in my collection, and this is something that I reach for all the time, I think for the entire month of Feb, this is the perfume that I was wearing, and that says a lot, and you can see how much I have used. So yeah, that's why I had to put this in my most worn perfume video. But yeah, that was that. moving on next to the last perfume. Again, this is the perfume by Avon, and that is a little black dress. Now again, this is something that I've had in my collection for a very long time, but for some reason I never tend to like reach for it a lot. It's something that I would earlier associate with like a clubbing or like a nighttime perfume, and if you know me, you would know that I am not a clubbing going on kind of a person at all. So I feel like for that reason I never tend to wear this perfume a lot, and I like barely had even touched it. I might have used it a couple of times, but then for some reason, I remember it was my friend's birthday, my best friend's birthday, and I had taken this with me. Actually, I had like a small vial of it. Like, I'm an Avon representative, so I had ordered some sample vials for customers, and I had one of those vials. So I took that with me for my best friend's birthday, and I wore it. Even she wore it, and she was really, really impressed with this perfume. Like, I feel like even though we like similar things, but we barely tend to like love the same things. You know what I mean? So she ended up really loving it, and when I wore it that day, I was like, you know what, I can start wearing this a little bit more often. Maybe when we're going out with friends or something like that. Like the perfume that I wore for my friend's wedding, like this one was a different friends group, and then this is a different friends group, and we go to different places as well. We don't go to the same places. Like with this perfume, it's something I would wear more in the daytime and in cafes and stuff like that. Whereas this is something that I would wear to like resto bars, or when you're going more in the evening time and stuff like that. Even if it's a cafe, if you're going in the evening time or like night time, or again, like I said, resto bars, this is the kind of perfume that I would wear. It's got a more, it's not like provocative sexy, it's more like you want to have fun kind of sexy. And again, you could like, I could see myself wearing this on a date if I was ever going on a date, which I am not. But yeah, this is one that I also wore a lot. I feel like when I was traveling in the month of February, I actually tend to like not tend to, I actually have a sample size of this which I've shared with you on Instagram as well. So I bought a 10 ml, like it's not rollerball, but it's like the rollerball packaging with a spray on it. So I have that as well, which, and I feel like because I had like a smaller size of it, like a travel friendly size, I was traveling with this when I was traveling for work in the month of February, and that's the reason I also wore that a lot. Like in this one, you can see that I haven't used much, but like that travel size is like almost done. So I feel like that's why I had to put it in my most worn perfumes video, because I have been wearing this a ton. And I feel like because I wore it for like work when I was traveling and stuff, and now I tend to like when I am going out for like work or something like that, I might also spray a little bit of this along with some other fresh scent and wear it that way, because now this reminds me of not just going out with friends and like going out of places, but also it reminds me a lot of work, and it's related to that basically. And when I say work, I don't mean like a 9 to 5 job or something like that. I'm more of like a freelancer. So when I'm doing my freelance work and I'm going out for that, that's when I would tend to wear this. And also when I'm traveling for work. So yeah, I feel like I was not able to really put my feelings very well into words when it comes to this, but I hope you sort of got a gist about this. And of course, I actually did end up buying another full size of this also. So it's something that you're going to see me like see this in my collection probably for a while, because I have to use this up. I have to use up my travel size, and then I have another full size which I also have to use up. So you will be seeing this in my most worn perfume video, and like my perfume collection video in general, for a long time. So yeah, I hope that now they make more memories with it. I will be able to talk about it a ton more, and probably next time when I talk about it, I'm going to be able to describe my feelings a little bit better. But yeah, I hope you got a good gist as to all the perfumes that I've been wearing the most. Of course, I have other perfumes as well in my collection that I did wear a ton. Like Miniso Sunrise was one that I almost contemplated putting in this video as well, but that wasn't really most worn. I feel like that I really enjoy using as a hair perfume, and there is a specific incident that I really relate that perfume to a lot, but that was the only time where I had gone out with friends for like 2-3 days for like a short trip, and I took that perfume with me. So that was the only time I really wore it. Apart from that, in the past 4 months, I don't think I wore that a ton. So yeah, I almost wanted to put it in this video, but then I was like, no, it's not really fair to do. So these were the perfumes that I genuinely wore a ton in the past 4 months. And let me know if you want me to do such videos every 4 to 6 months, and like I'll keep updating you guys on my most worn perfumes. So yeah, that was it for the video. It is definitely a lot longer than what I had hoped it to be, so I'm gonna end the video right here. But thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.